Hello, and welcome to our Cerenade Client Academy video. In this video, we will show you how to use a new optional module titled Conflict of Interest Check. With Conflict of Interest Check, you can have the software check the system for any possible conflict of interest when representing a client. It will pull information from a main party, an adverse party, or both. To use this, let us log into the caseworker portal. From the home page, you will go to the Tools bar up top. You will notice Conflict of Interest Check. Click on it. A pop-up will appear asking you for a main party, and also an adverse party if it applies. The first and most common type of search is doing a general search of a client, meaning a prospect or client has come to you for services and you want to check if they appear in different areas of the caseworker portal. You will first select if the person is an individual or a business. You can enter their whole name or partial name and click Search. If there are possible matches, a pop-up will appear with profiles matching the criteria. If you see their profile, click the checkbox next to their name and click Done. If none of the possible matches fit the criteria, leave all matches unchecked, but click on the first option that says Include your client's name in Conflict of Interest Check, and click on Done. Your client will be listed and we will click on Next. You can now search for an adverse party. Keep in mind, it is not necessary to include an adverse party, but it is an option when wanting to run this check for two opposing parties. Just like we did with the main party, we will select if they are an individual or a business, and from there, enter their name. We will click on Search. If there are possible matches, they will appear on the pop-up. If you see a match, click the checkbox next to the name. If you do not see a match, click on Include the individual in Conflict of Interest Check. Now that we have our main party and adverse party, we can click on Next to see the results. When clicking Next, the system will pull any possible family members, cases where they may be involved, and it will also find any logs that has a client's name in it. It will run a thorough search, pull up where that name has appeared, and more importantly, allows you to avoid accidental representation of both parties. Keep in mind, in order for this conflict of interest check to work, you must have either party's name on a client profile, whether it is the client profile itself, Members tab, as a log, or even in the case profile. If you manually entered this name onto a form, the conflict of interest check will not find matches. It will only pull info from those sections mentioned. Once you've reviewed and checked for any possible conflict, you will click on Next and be brought to a decision page. On this decision page, you can decide if there is or isn't a conflict of interest. If there is a conflict, you will select Yes and will be asked to put a reason. If you select No, you have the option of entering a detailed note. When selecting either option, you can then apply this to either or both clients' profile so that it appears in their logs. If this is a new client and don't have a client profile created yet, you will see Add Client next to their name. When clicked, it'll open up a Create Contact pop-up box. You'll enter some basic info and click on Create. Once created, you will be brought back to select if it is a conflict, add a reason or notes, and finally send this to the logs of the client. Whenever you access the client's profile, you will see the log showing you as passed, meaning you can proceed to work on the client's case, or failed to show that there is a conflict of interest. Thank you for watching.